Happy Thursday, beautiful souls. This is Shemama hunting out with a new message for the twins for this upcoming full moon. I believe it is in Sagittarius, starting tomorrow, which is Friday. For many of you, it's already Friday where you are, so happy full moon. Lots of shifts, lots of energy, lots of transformation is really happening for the twins right now. So let me start always by saying first, thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you all who are continuing to be part of the tribe and continue to support each other here and part of the collective. Also, thank you for sharing, liking, subscribing, also on Facebook for my daily card reads, as well as here on YouTube. Okay, so let's get down to it, guys. So what's been happening? So the most recent message that I had gotten, and I shared this on Facebook, I think it was like 2 days ago, and I had another twin. Her name is Sylvie Moon. You guys can look her up on Facebook. She had reached out to me, and she had kind of confirmed and added to a message that I had been receiving, kind of helped me put some pieces into place. And I had been talking about how the old templates for the twin flame dynamic have been now starting to break down. So that runner chaser dynamic is now gone. The purging dynamic is starting to be broken down also. And in the sense of that, we are now moving into transmuting and not purging. And there are some people who will say that it's the same thing. Personally, for me, I don't believe it is the same. Purging has been for us up until this point incredibly painful. The healing process has been painful. It's been full of pain and angst and anguish and anxiety and depression and all of those things, and including physical pain. With the template of that purging dynamic is now dying. It is now breaking down. So the pain that has been involved in purging is now going to not be the same. We're becoming more powerful. We're becoming more able to transmute the energy. So we're purging. I feel like purging is like, okay, so for me, this is how I've always experienced it. I will have something come up. Something will trigger me. Let's just say it's anger. And I will actually take that anger and I will feel that anger and I will experience that anger. And I will release that anger as anger and acknowledge it and accept it and go back to where it first came from and let it go. In understanding and in bringing it to a conscious awareness of what purpose it served. So when I'm purging it, it hurts. I am feeling the anger. I am feeling the hurt. I am feeling all the underlying feelings that go along with that. That to me is purging and healing. What we're coming into in this new energy is this transmutation energy. For me personally, transmutation is a higher level of purging. There is no pain involved in transmuting because you are meeting the emotion, whatever that emotion is, you are meeting it with love. We have now come to a level where we've been able to detach from those feelings that were related to our triggers. We have been able to release those attachments. So now when we get these triggers at lower level frequency vibrations that come up to set us off, to help us in releasing the rest of what has to still go, we can meet those triggers with love. We can meet those angry emotions immediately. We sense it, we know it. This is a trigger. This is bringing up anger. This is bringing up XYZ. I don't have to feel the pain because I've already released attachment to that pain. I can meet this emotion from a place of love and understanding and awareness, and now I can transmute that energy and turn it into something else. I don't end up releasing it as anger. I end up releasing it as love. So I wanted to kind of just make that clear. You know, we've received these keys, we're getting these upgrades. We have been elevated to this magician level where we have all the resources we need, as the magician does, and we can create our own reality. Part of creating that reality before was this needing to heal and purge. We are now being brought into this energy of being upgraded and up-leveled to an alchemist. And this is where the transmutation comes in. Because in being alchemists, we are actually creating something new. A magician can make a rabbit disappear, but he doesn't usually turn the rabbit into something else. Where an alchemist starts with two completely different substances and turns them into something new, which is this anger and this love and this understanding, and turning the emotions into love. So that's where I'm coming from. And it's really funny because today, with this message as my card of the day, I drew for Facebook was the Alchemist card. And it's funny because I then again drew today for the reading for you guys for this afternoon, and the Alchemist card came out again. So this is the energy that we're being brought into. This is this transmutation energy, is being able to be an alchemist, transform everything we are experiencing through love. Some people have reached out recently to ask, well, how do I know whose stuff I'm healing or transmuting or whatever? It doesn't matter. At this point, we are so connected to our unity consciousness, to the collective. We are so aware of how we are all one. It really doesn't matter if I'm healing and transmuting my stuff, my twin stuff, or a sister soul in the tribe stuff, or half the divine masculine collective stuff. It doesn't matter who I'm transmuting for. It just matters that we're moving the energy. We have been so resourceful in pulling our energy together to work toward doing these things. So continue the great work, you guys. You are doing amazing. We are shifting tremendous amounts of energy, clearing blocks, just moving through our process very quickly. If you don't know how to transmute energy, you can use the violet flame. Go on YouTube, look for violet flame videos. There's a lot of people who do meditations. I also do a violet flame meditation privately with people. That's one way to transmute. There are many ways to transmute energy. I mean, you don't even need to be as technical as doing a violet flame. I mean, you can really just sit with yourself in that quiet stillness and talk to your higher self. Connect to, Mother, Father, God, and really feel that inside of you, and bring it into your awareness, and bring it into your heart, and release those feelings. Drop it down into Mother Earth. Allow her to take that energy and convert it and change it into something positive, into something nurturing and growing and fruitful. So that's the discussion on the transmutation, the alchemy, the magician. Let's see, was there something else I wanted to talk about? Oh, also, somebody asked me, where are we at with karma right now? And the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And I feel like we are at a place with karma that we're not attracting any new karma. We are still clearing what's left of old karma. The divine feminine, I believe, has truly, those of us who have done our work and our healing, have really come to a place where, like, there's just little, like, debris left. Like, there's little scraps of stuff that have to go. But for the most part, our karma has been cleared. We are not accruing any new karma. The divine masculine is at a place where they are still clearing karmic. A lot of them are still with their karmic partners, but it's not like they still have clearing to do. But again, they are not accruing any new karmic bullshit. They are moving through what is left. They are sorting through the crap, and they are ready to release all of that. That's where they're at right now. Okay, so the reading for today, you guys, what did I use? I used the Rider-Waite Tarot. I used the Wizard Tarot. And I think I might pull a card at the end from the Archangel Michael for an advice card. So I didn't really draw that many cards today, you guys, because the message was very, very clear and concise as to what I just spoke about how we're moving energies. And this is basically where the divine masculine and the divine feminine are right now in the 3D. and how our 5D energy is sorting through that energy right now. So for the Divine Masculine, I'm going to start with, I have the Three of Swords, okay? And the Three of Swords is this heartache card. This feeling of sadness, heartbreak, depression, in your mind and in your heart. And the Divine Masculine, so what I'm feeling like is the Divine Masculine are right now feeling caught between a rock and a hard place. They are missing their Divine Feminine greatly. They have not felt the energy of their Divine Feminine very much lately. And a lot of us, even the Divine Feminine, have felt their connection sort of like turned down to their Divine Masculine, almost like a disconnect that's going on right now. Now, there's two reasons for the disconnect going on right now. The first reason for our disconnect has to do with our ascension right now. A large group of the twins are ascending to another level, a new level. If you've done your work and you're on track, you're going, your twin is going with you. But with that, sometimes we have to be, our vibration has to be turned down, because as we ascend, as we reach a higher level, as it's like amplifying. So as our light, as we get to that next level, increases, as it amplifies, we have to very carefully turn on so many people at a time as not to short circuit the whole grid. So it's a matter of balancing the power. So in order to disconnect us, that allows us to reconnect at sort of a different level. I feel also for a lot of the Divine Feminine right now, for them not feeling their masculine, has to do with being assessed as to, do you still trust the connection? Even if you can't feel them, even if you're not hearing from them, do you trust your connection? Do you trust your path, and do you trust your journey as a twin? Do you believe they are your twin and that they are still with you? So that's really what's going on. But for the Divine Masculine right now, them not feeling us as close, they're hearing us, they're experiencing us, they're questioning their hearing, their voices, their inner knowing, and wondering, is that really true? Is that really them? Is that my Divine Feminine really communicating with me? Am I really hearing her voice in my head? Kind of experience. And because they're not sure and they're questioning those voices, they're feeling a little bit of a disconnect. And they're in this place of sadness. Their heart is breaking. They know what they need to do at this point. They know who they are. They know who their Divine Feminine are. They know the things that they want to do. They know the things their soul is pushing them to do. It's very difficult for them. Just as it was very difficult for the Divine Feminine when we knew back when we started this journey of the things that we had to lose, the things that we had to let go. The Divine Masculine is feeling this right now. And this is part of the energy, this heartbreak, this sorrow, this sadness that we are being asked, the Divine Feminine, to transmute for the masculine. So that takes me to the Divine Feminine's card, which is the Knight of Wands. And again, this is in the 3D. These are 3D levels for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. And this is the Divine Feminine wanting to charge in the physical world with all the passion and all the love and save the day for the Divine Masculine. And this is beautiful because we know that we can heal our masculine. The thing is that we can't rush in and save them. What we're being asked to do, and this brings us to the first union card, which is the Alchemist. We're being asked to be the alchemist, to transmute the energy. See the storms, okay, outside, in the outside, that lab that he's in. He is moving that energy. He is taking that lightning and that thunder and the power of that storm, and he's mixing it with his chemicals, and he's turning it into something new. Where the Divine Feminine is taking in the 3D world this will, this drive, this passion that we have for the Divine Masculine, and moving forward by transmuting this heartbreak and this sorrow for them. By taking control of the love that we have for them and sending it just sending it, sending the support, allowing them to live their process and get to the place where they're ready to stop their own heartbreak. Because we can't stop the heartbreak for them. We can't make the choices for them. The masculine has to do this themselves. They have to come into this understanding and awareness themselves. So I'm going to skip just for a minute because the underlying energy to the reading is the Queen of Swords. And for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, this is really this coming into your truth and your knowing and seeing, you know, what's ahead of you, and really looking at the situation logically and practically, but in a very powerful, soft, feminine way. Saying to the divine, bring it. I've got everything I need to transmute and transcend all of this energy into something new. And I have the support of the entire collective behind us. And that's what's so beautiful and important about this right now, you guys, is that we are doing this work for each other. And it's not just us by ourselves. So we are standing in our truth and our power, knowing that we have the 144,000 behind us. So the final card for this reading for the union is the Lover's card, you guys. Okay, and that came out under the Alchemist card. So as we move and transmute this energy, it just brings us closer. It brings us face to face with our Divine Masculine and our Divine Feminine. It brings us into this beautiful place of purity and love, sought over, taken care of by the divine, by God, by the higher power themselves. And this is really, you know, this card is beautiful because it has all these books. They're writing to each other. They're learning. There is so much learning that is going on right now for us. It's sharing our messages. It's sharing our wisdom with each other. It's sharing our experience. It's taking what we've learned into practice and sharing that with each other, and knowing that that's what's bringing us together in a place of love. Because as we become more conscious and aware, the Divine Masculine become more conscious and aware. And as we become more conscious and aware, our mind is now alert and can acknowledge everything that has gone on and see it for what it is. And then our soul and our emotions are allowed to kind of flood through us and take over and really experience what it is for our truth. So with that, you guys, I want to talk quickly, about Ascension and the Ascension symptoms that are going on right now. Really important. A lot of people have reached out. Two things are really going on, and this is part of the transmutation thing also that I forgot to say, I think. Where purging before made us feel physically ill and really like wanted to die and in pain, transmutation, like I said, doesn't have pain involved. It does have exhaustion involved. Transmuting, being this alchemist, really takes a lot of energy. So a lot of you who are experiencing these periods of exhaustion feel like you need to lay down for 15 minutes, take a nap, and wake up 2.5 hours later. That's what I've been doing. That's why. Okay, so there's a lot of the transmutation. Just remember, it has it drains a lot of energy. It takes a lot of power. So know that as we are ascending, which is the next part I want to talk about, as we're ascending, our power is being increased with that. So we won't need to sleep as much anymore soon. Also, part of this ascension thing, a lot of you have reached out saying your stomachs are like crazy. You haven't been able to eat, or you're eating like crap. You've lost some weight, things like that. That's all part of the ascension process right now. As we're ascending, as our bodies, our physical bodies are coming into this new vibrational energy, as we're transforming, as our DNA is transforming, as our bodies are losing density, we're not going to be required, our physical vessels aren't going to be required to have as much to sustain our life anymore. So in other words, we're not going to be as hungry. That's going to happen. It's a transition we're going to go through. Whereas we become more of a light being, a light body, we're not going to need as much food. Like, it's just not going to be necessary. So So I know that'll be good news to a lot of you who have been worried about your appetite and what's going on. Know that that's part of the ascension process that we're going through right now. So with that, guys, I'm going to end here. I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful full moon experience. Remember, full moon is about releasing, but this is a super moon. This is super important also about manifesting. So use that energy and time to release and manifest everything that your heart desires, and even beyond that, you know, the sky's the limit, guys. Have a beautiful, wonderful weekend, and I am sending so much love and light, gratitude and blessings, always, beautiful souls. I love you so much. Mwah. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.